Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for your patience with the readings this month. As you can hear, I've been a little under the weather actually for almost a full week, and I've been really working hard to listen to spirit to slow my roll. So that is why I am tardy this month. I don't think I've ever put out readings this late before. So thank you all for your patience with me. I don't know if you all are feeling the collective energy, but there is a huge shift right now in our identity. So some people are having identity crisis energy, and some of us are just going through an identity shift energy. So if you don't feel like your future or the things that are unfolding for you are really tangible at this time, do not fret. That is a collective pattern. I just wanted to remind you that I will be in New York City, Brooklyn, and Manhattan, and even in Queens if that's where it takes me, on Memorial Day weekend. So Saturday, May 26th through the 28th. In the description box below, there is a link to my website for in-person reading times. If you don't see a time there that works for you, please reach out to me because I will do whatever it takes to meet you guys and link up. As always, anything that you need from me on my website can be found there in the description box. I have all a bunch of new services, including some stuff that gets you goodies in the mail, so that's super exciting. Shout out to everybody that met up with me in LA and in Oakland. You guys are magical. But an extra special shout out to my LA peeps because we had an event out there that was truly out of this realm. Truly out of this realm. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And I got slapped with this sickness to slow down right when I got back. So I've been in recuperation mode. That's the only reason you won't see me here is if I'm just tending to my own being. So yeah. Also, I do the mid-month readings for career and love on my website via Siren Gang. If you're interested in that, it's $10 a month, and you can get all the info below on that. It also includes my weekly blog and all that good stuff. So, as always, I am insanely grateful for you riding with me, being here with me, and just being humans, having this very spiritual experience, and being spiritual beings, having a human experience, and remembering that we are ebbing and flowing on this planet. I love you all. Mwah. All right, Cancer. So before I address this, I just want to say that your energy, I don't want to say seems bottom heavy. That's not it, because it's in my sits bones, like it's in like where you sit. So I feel like you're getting seated or more comfortable in your position in life, whatever that means. Okay, because there's this understanding that you finally are coming to that. In order to make progress in life, we must first come into acceptance of where we are. Because if we're in a state of resistance to our surroundings, we cannot shift it. You know what I mean? Because if we're fighting what is, we can't work with it. That's like a physics type of thing. You know what I mean? So first over here, we have the moon with the Knight of Cups. And then over here, we have the Two of Cups with the Star. So you're on a journey right now, Cancer, into a part of yourself that you always keep private for the most part. But you're understanding now that the unseen, right? Things that you only imagine, right, and fantasize about, also has the ability to take you far. And though it is important to protect our dreams because they're ours and we want to nurture them, and what is sacred we need to keep sacred and all of that stuff, that is very, very well true. However, you also have to have faith in the relationships that you have in your life. There's a journey that you're going on. This could be love related, but it doesn't have to be. I don't necessarily feel it's love related, but we'll see when it gets to the whole story. But I'm getting all this energy literally in your butt, like in where I'm sitting. It's a very grounded energy. So even if things are not seen, and you're like, I have no idea how I'm gonna make my dreams come true. I have no idea how I'm gonna bring this this spiritual aspect into my life, the more open-hearted you are, the more people can come in and help you to achieve those dreams. And you're also seeing the value of vulnerability this month, which I know that you don't like to be vulnerable. But this for me right now is saying that you're understanding there is value in letting people help you. And you don't have to let everybody know what you got cooking, but you need to let somebody know. So I finally feel like you're getting comfortable and allowing yourself to be helped. If you were ashamed in some capacity of what had been going on in your life, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it be like you don't like how work is panning out, or you feel inadequate, or whatever. Okay, we all go through things. You're getting a lot more comfortable with yourself and with where you are. Okay, especially in relationships. If relationships have always felt very foreign to you, I think that you are going to start to realize that it's okay to not know everything about relationships before you get into one, because the only way you're going to know what to do or be prepared, if you will, to like be a great partner is to try. And you deserve it. You know, you deserve that kind of support. You deserve to not have everything on your shoulders, but nobody is going to take it off of your shoulders. You have to ask for that assistance. Okay? And there is a decent amount of air energy here, so I don't feel like your other person would be air. I think that this is be more so geared towards people that have a strong air element in their chart. But regardless, I feel like Cancer is getting very comfortable in asking for help, and being okay from where they are, and with settling into your energy, you start to be more open to different types of opportunities as well. All right, my Cancers. So this is an interesting spread. I do feel that getting grounded in the current reality is what's underway for you. For some of you, it's going to be a little bit more, I don't want to say unsettling, but a little bit more uncomfortable than others of you. However, there is a lot on the way for you. And it all comes from your ability to balance your emotional world to bring harmony to your physical world. Because I feel that a lot of you have been being very external these last couple of months. I don't know why this is so dark. I apologize. I feel that you've been externalizing your energy for some time. And to an extent, that's understandable, right? Because sometimes our goals are very external and we want to achieve things, we want to gain things, and that's fine. But the grip, right? The grip that we seek on ourselves and on life is found by understanding the self, right? Understanding where we're at emotionally and what is fueling us. Now, as always, it's really important for you and all other water signs or water dominant people to cleanse yourself often. Because just like if you had a glass of water on the table, water easily gets contaminated. And it contaminates the whole vessel. It's not isolated like earth. You know what I mean? You can contaminate, you can have a whole plot of land, and if you catch it early, you can cut out that piece of earth and fix it, right? But earth is similar to water too, in the sense that there's water tables in earth, right? So that, you know, let me not get geographical, but cleanse yourself often, because I feel Cancers and water signs on a whole are easily energetically impressionable, because you are just susceptible to what your surroundings leech off. Okay, so it's important that you have some type of spiritual practice to cleanse yourself and bring in the harmony that you seek. Some of you may have been working 2 jobs for quite some time in order to make some ends meet or to achieve some new goals. I do feel that some of you have been waiting to buy a house, move to a new house, move to a new apartment, you know, get a place of your own, things like that. There is seeming to be a house is not a home just came to me. So maybe that's part of it too. You've been waiting for your home to turn from a bachelorette pad to an actual home. But I'm also getting the vibe that things will feel like home once you make emotional matters, like how you feel and what inspires you and where your heart is at, just as important as the physical realm. Okay? What you're being asked to release this month is the Five of Pentacles with the Star. And on the Five of Pentacles, we have the rune Joy. So you're releasing this idea that your dreams are being held away from you. Now, because this Five of Pentacles is an enduring type of energy. And it's an energy of constantly feeling like you have to go through the most to have something good happen for you, right? It's like, oh my gosh, every time I try to achieve something, I have to do, you know, I have to endure all these terrible times. Like, when is it just going to be, you know, when is it going to be my time to be happy and whatever? And that's not to say, you know, I don't live your life. So this is not to say that you aren't going through something that is extremely trying. But this is a reminder that happiness is in your control. The conditions in which you're residing in may not entirely be in your control because, again, everyone's life is different. However, you are not abandoned by Source and you are never separated from Source. However, what investment you have in your relationship with Source will determine how distanced and troubled you feel. Because this is feeling to me a little bit like things are happening to me. Why is everything happening to me? And again, that's not to say that to an extent there aren't people out there that are trying to make you miserable. Or there's not people out there that are trying to really cause a ruckus in your life. You know what I mean? Because some people are hateful and that's all they know how to do, right? But we determine how much we feed into that. And, you know, then we have to take back control in the sense of spiritual cleansing and, you know, having our own rituals to kind of supersede that. I'm not saying this is like some type of spiritual warfare, so to speak, but I do feel that water energy is just susceptible to a lot of that in general. So spiritual maintenance is very important. Like just keep that in mind. I don't, you know, you guys know I don't usually talk about stuff like that, but I just feel a need to say that. Now, again, there's this idea that you've been perpetuating that happiness is outside of yourself. That you have to go and seek it, and there's certain things that you have to obtain and attain to be happy. And you also have been feeling like your dreams and what you've been wanting to achieve are very much separate from you, and that faith is very much separate from you. That you have to go outside and seek it. There's this seeking energy that you're now ready to relinquish because joy is captured in the heart, and it's lived and breathed into every day by you, okay? The door that's now open that was once closed. We have the Seven of Pentacles, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. And on the Seven of Pentacles, we have the rune Home. So, like I was saying before, some of you have been waiting to have the money to get your own place or whatever, or just to feel at home in your own skin, or to feel at home in really like capable. I feel like you've been waiting to step into some type of independent power. Again, it's almost like things have been just like road blocking you for quite some time and you're just waiting for that door to bust open, and it's really close. The only thing that you have to relinquish over, like I said, is this idea that someone can derail you. And again, it's not because there may not be people that do think ill thoughts for you, but you have to be the stronger one and manipulate that back into your favor, again, through, I feel, cleansing baths, salt baths, lighting candles, whichever resonates with you. This Nine of Pentacles is a security type of thing. It's an independent level of security. And it's not needing anybody else's help. But also, it's not in a sense that you don't need anybody else's help and you're like, no, I don't want your help. I got it. I'm good. In an aggressive way. It's it's a very soft type of security, right? There's an air about you, right? There's an independent air about you that is now coming into fruition, and it's something that you've been waiting on for quite some time. And it's going to, again, make you feel more at home with yourself, or this is going to be a physical home shift, or you're going to finally feel like you're at home spiritually, like you're really getting to your own personal roots, and doing that kind of work. Because the Seven of Pentacles is like, is a fear, a little bit of a fear energy of waiting, right? And waiting and waiting. And know that you are capable of bringing whatever you need to life. But if something is not happening yet, it is because Spirit has something planned for you that's a little bit different than what you have in mind. Again, with the overall energy this month being the Two of Pentacles, we can't juggle everything forever. You know what I mean? That gets very tiring. So if something has not dropped into your hands yet, it's because maybe you don't even have an empty hand to catch it in. You know what I'm saying? So think about everything that's on your plate and ask, and I mean physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, see what's on your plate, take inventory as to what's on your plate, and determine whether or not all of those pieces are truly essential, and if any of them are blocking your ability to accept new gifts. Okay? Your current energy as it relates to all of this, in your head, we have the Nine of Cups. In your heart, we have the Death card with the World. And on that, we have the blank rune, which is Destiny. And in your foundation, we have the Nine of Swords with Strength. Now, this is a pretty interesting combination because the Nine of Swords is really the only, like, not so hot card on the table right now. And Strength is such a funny rune to be put there. Now, one, this is telling me that you are the power source to your worst nightmare, okay? Nobody else is fueling that monster but you, okay? So regardless of whether or not people are speaking ill over your life or not wanting you to be happy, you, at the end of the day, hold the power, okay? And that, again, that manifests in many different ways. But do not strengthen the enemy, if you will, the enemy's agenda by being nervous about what is and what is not happening. Okay? Anxiety is not an energy that perpetuates miracles. It perpetuates blocks. Okay? So I do need to say that, again, I just feel like you guys really need to cleanse this month, because you don't want to feed into your worst nightmare. And it's not like, you know, the manifest, you know, the outcome coming to June is very good, but I just need to say that. If you build a house, right, on sand, well, we know how that story ends. So do not make any moves this month out of nervousness. Do not fold on anything that you know in your heart is not true out of fear, okay? Because you are more resilient than that. So if you're being offered things and people are presenting it to you as if you only have that option, still say what your option is. You know what I'm saying? Like force a negotiation type of thing. Because with the Nine of Cups in your head, you know that your satisfaction is number one in life. Okay? In a little bit of a selfish way. Like it has to be a little bit of a selfish way, because sometimes in life, if we're not selfish, we can't get things handled, you know, on our own accord. So again, these two energies are both about dreams coming true. So, or wishes being fulfilled. So do not cave under someone else's pressures or pressures that the outside world is placing on you. Hold your idealism, okay, high, and speak it into fruition. Speak it into every conversation, because that is your strength. That is your real strength this month. With the Death card in the World in your heart with Destiny, I do feel that everything you thought was going to happen for you, not that it's not going to happen, but it's going to happen in a way that you did not anticipate. because emotionally, you're ready for something brand new. And that's why first you need to not give in to the opposition, and you need to hold your ideals very, very highly and not release them from your mind. Keep your mind very much pure and focused on what your heart's desire is. Okay? Your own satisfaction. Not what would make other people happy, not what would shut somebody else up. What is going to satisfy you is what all you need to think about and all you need to speak about and all you need to bring to the table. Because the death card is right, the ending and therefore a new beginning. And then we have the World card, which is a long cycle coming to a complete close. And then we have Destiny. So you are walking into the winner's circle, okay? You are walking into that finish line of a long, arduous journey and then you don't even know where it's headed. Because I don't think you see this end. I don't think you see this end, Cancer. It doesn't feel like something that you feel coming. I think that to an extent you feel like you're going to have to fold. And you're not. You're not going to have to fold. Okay? Will it take some level of compromise? Yes. But you're the one that's going to have to, like I said, force the compromise by holding strength to your message. And remember that it's okay to own your darkness, and that is what is going to transform your life. Okay? Spirit's advice, we have the Eight of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles. And on the Eight of Cups, we have luck. So it's imperative that you put all of your effort this month on leaving behind any limiting emotional investments, right? It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. And I know that y'all love to be a little nostalgic, like you can't help it. And I admire you for that. But you need to turn your back on everything that has been. Because, you know, and that Spirit's just kind of reinforcing that. I think you already know that. But it's like eye on the prize this month, Cancer. Eye on the prize. It does not matter what has been. You are going to determine what shall be by who you are today in this moment. Okay? Because if you look back on what has transpired over the last 8 months, or even the last 16 months, okay? For however, you know, that's going to resonate for some of you. Or even since, I don't know why I just want to say 2016. August 2016. Take that as you will, okay? Take that as you will. You're no longer writing that story. That story is getting closed. So you have to leave behind what you've built because there is more favor, like universal favor coming to you. And it's going to require you to put all of your energy and all of your focus into your own very specific goal that doesn't really have to do with anybody else. And if it does have to do with other people, they're people that, you know, have not betrayed you and that are on your team and all these kind of things, right? And if this is strictly work, though it doesn't feel that way, if you decide to leave behind an old investment at work or a job that you thought was really for you, don't stress because there's a lot more abundance coming to you. But get rid of this belief that Spirit is punishing you. That's a big message here. And know that the tides are turning in your favor, but you have to claim that energy, okay? Most likely outcome. These guys came out together. We have the Page of Cups with the Page of Pentacles, with the Rune Victory, which has come out in everyone's reading so far, and the Four of Wands. So some of you are going to successfully establish, again, a new physical or non-physical home that meets both begins to meet, right, because they're pages, both your emotional and physical needs, right? It's a starting point. It's like you can taste it, but you can't see it, type of thing, right? And the Four of Wands is also a celebration of all that you are and all that you are becoming, because it's a 4, so it's the beginning. So even if you can't see your desires in full manifestation, The Page of Cups here is saying that this is an opportunity to get back in touch with yourself and to be a lot more lighthearted, because life can't be serious all the time. If it's serious all the time, it gets extremely daunting. And the Page of Pentacles is saying that you're getting an opportunity to learn more about your emotional self as well, and your creative self, and knowing how to work with that energy to build a foundation that is both passionate and in alignment with your beliefs. And once you have that, you can start to invite people into that said home. And I feel that home is going to live right in the center of your chest and in your soul. Okay? Hope that made sense, Cancer. Definitely do a spiritual cleansing. However that resonates with you, I definitely think that you guys need that this month. Limitations are merely opportunities to grow. I use them as stepping stones to success. When I encounter problems on the job, I'm willing to ask for help. This is what we were talking about like the whole time. There's always an option. And just because it's not being verbally presented to you or physically presented to you does not mean there's not another way. So if you're in dissatisfying conditions, open that third path. Okay? I love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.